hello everybody and welcome. I hope tonight we're gonna have an awesome game to watch. On one side WCG, on one side of course a zone of control. Welcome to the sixth edition of the CWC. In the fifth week we got the last game, or actually it is the not the last, it's the one before the last. There is gonna be another game at 11:30 GMT if I'm not mistaken. Welcome Perhar Jordan, Eddie Coffin, good evening sir, Arctic Uzi, Nathan, Papa Chilling, good evening, Linda, good evening ma'am. We do also have Salty Capybara, is so fire, Tiger Page, good evening ma'ams, and welcome. I do see Vis Electra, let me see, Fallen Hammer 22, good evening sir, Old Triangle, hello, good abend, Colophonius, Raiotsu, bonsoir, and bienvenue, Natro 0225, good evening sir, and welcome, Bob 1717, hello and welcome sir. I hope you guys like the new emotes, and of course I do hope you're gonna use them a lot. I do have to say, by the way, for Eddie Coffin, I did invite the Kacheka with me on the stream, and he is waiting with me on the other line. I'm gonna open up the mic right now so we get to talk with him. Good evening, Kacheka.
Hello, Michael.
How have you been doing, man?
Oh, I'm fine.
Quite a mess over there in the previous game. I understand the 78 Smurfs do have a little bit of a problem, but let's not actually delve into their problems and take a look at what's going on over here. You can see the ban phase. I see the map chosen was Pangea tonight, so we need to gear up for quite an interesting adventure over here with a lot of potential warfare.
Yeah, but sometimes Pangea making tricks, and you can sim a lot. Yesterday I had a game where we sim like entire game, with a really small amount of warfare. This game will have more action.
I think both teams are a bit prone to going a bit more aggressive, so leaning on the aggressive side. So look at the picks, Fkdn instantly picking Shaka, first pick Shaka. I mean, this sets the tone for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, they tried to ban all annoying thieves. Maybe Mapuche, maybe Cree was not really good ban here because Shaka was stronger on Pangea, but it's pretty decent. He has a really strong medieval push, and to counter it in some way they got elephants. And by the way, as I remember, Vietnam's elephants aren't mounted units, unlike Keshiks. They don't have penalty.
You mean the anti-cav units do not have... You're right. They do get the penalty, I believe, against the walls. So, like the minus 17.
Against the walls, yes. But, you know, the problem with Scythia and Mongolia, when people just build tons of spearmen, and those horseback riding archers can't do anything.
Yeah, but then you can go musketman against them with plus 12 on Mongolia. If you want.
Yeah. Well, musketmen with plus 12 of Mongolia is really strong units, by the way.
Yeah, let me one-shot every pikeman that I can see, because why not?
Yeah.
That's like, of course, just to say it out loud, what happened in the active ban phase. We got Scythia, we got the goals taken out. I'm sorry, Arctic Uzi, I'm sorry, tonight we're not going to see the goals. Cree in the third ban, we got Mapuche, Gorgo, and Mongolia, the big cons, the cons of cons, will not play in this game. In the active pick phase, we do have Zulu picked first, then we got... the Voitians, I should say, Batriu, Vietnam's leader, with Hungary coming up as the second choice, and then boom, we got Rome. I gotta say, I still feel a bit more comfortable with the WC picks than I feel with the zone of control picks at this point. I'm not sure why. Maybe I am not that big of a believer in this synergy between Vietnam and Hungary.
Yeah, I don't believe in a synergy between Pangea and Hungary at all, because we saw a lot of games when Hungary just died, like turn 16. Before turn 30, Hungary just dead. because it's always in the middle. It's really, you have a really big chance to be surrounded by your enemies, and as the enemies,
So basically,
pretty strong.
you do need to be a bit further away than your enemy from your enemies to get a little bit of sim going. Try to find out the city states, use those to attack instead of your own units to attack. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, of course, and but the main reason is you are always in the middle. You're always in the middle as Hungary, and about the city states you like to control, they are always on the north or a south pole because of better balanced starts.
Yeah.
So it's pretty hard to play Hungary.
Well,
We can see a second line of bans. Japan, Brazil, and I believe it's Alexander, not Babylon.
Yeah, it's Alexander. And the last one, I guess we're gonna need to find out in just a few seconds here. Needs to be Fkdn who's gonna be pressing those buttons over there.
I don't even know who could it be. They already banned Lautaro. Maybe they should. Oh, it's Mali. What?
They banned Mali on Pangea. Ooh, okay. I mean, sure. It could have been an interesting matchup, but I don't think they would. Or maybe they didn't want to take away Noob 634's Mali ability because, you know, he's like Mali main or something. He really likes to play Mali.
Yeah. But ZoC is really unfortunate in this entire tournament. They lost few games they should have won. And I don't know how are they feeling. I believe they haven't won a single game yet, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe that is correct. And oh my god, the zone of control will have a bit of an issue coming back into this if they want to try it. Of course, with 4 losses, I believe they need all 3 wins. So this is hanging, you know, above them right now. They need to get this win. This is a must-have. I see Simon Bolivar picked up by Skycry. I believe that will actually be played by Fish, if I'm not mistaken. He really likes GranColombia.
Yeah, Fish likes thieves with the unique horse units like Lautaro or Simon Bolivar. And
Yeah.
since Lautaro banned, they go for second opinion.
I'm curious
Options.
what Cynth is gonna pick here, because she really likes Mapuche, and it looks like we're gonna need to see her play something else. Also, Feanor going for Peter, that's for the WCG roster. And then we got StrokeeZ coming up as the last one to finish up the roster. Of course, right now they have Shaka, they have Rome, they have Peter, and somebody else. I do have to point out I'm a bit worried about their gold availability here, especially with Peter in the game and Shaka. Like, those two don't actually make gold. And then Rome, well, I guess he's gonna get his own gold, but I don't really believe he's gonna get the gold for his team as wait a second, Chandragupta. Oh man, this is all war. This is all war.
Is Spain banned? They can
No.
maybe try Spain.
Oh, Cynthia, yeah, Cynth, Spain, yeah, definitely. I do remember her liking Spain quite a bit, so why not?
Yeah. Spain pretty strong. Maybe I believe Chandra will not go for Fate. He's going like Varu push and Egypt, of course. I was thinking of Egypt, but they picked Chandra before it, so
Ooh,
I don't know why they didn't love.
oh man, I don't know, man. +4 movement Varus against +4 movement Mariano Cere targets. I prefer the Varus. All day long, I prefer the Varus. I don't know.
Of course, in terms of war, Egypt is not really great.
Yeah,
But,
the gold,
it's gold
yeah,
making,
the
gold making.
yeah, indeed. I'm very surprised we don't see, and this actually comes to show us what the different meta is between the different communities. We've seen a lot of the games from CWFR and even the Slav League. We've seen them try to mix in one of those coastal civilizations to get the gold. In CPL, it looks like they just totally ignored that option. They ignored it. They're gonna be like, what, 2 cities away from each other on this Pangea map? At least Peter will give them some space, going on the north, on the south of the map.
Well, Peter is always strong pick. It's impossible to kill Russia. You just can't. It has so much face. So
I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible. Most people don't try to do it. Like, who wants Tundra land? Let's be honest about that.
you know the Canadians maybe.
The Canadians, yeah.
Yeah. They can build farms in Tundra. You know, have you seen it?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay. It's so rare, by the way. It's like only tier S plus players doing this.
I mean, most of the time you do get so much food anyway from your land that it's fine. You don't actually need to get that extra one. And most of the time you're also gonna get the Temple of Artemis in your first city. So woo, so good.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
it's a unique Canadian gameplay with a plus 30 production in your single city before turn 30. Okay, let's name games, I guess.
Well, let's see. We got the WC on the left side with Burrize on Russia, Fkdn on Zulu, Oath of Feanor on where was it? On Chandragupta, and then we got StrokeeZ on Rome coming up on the last slot or something. Oh my god, okay, that's something. On the right side, we got Zone of Control with TaskForceFish, Skycry, Noob634, and Cynth. TaskForceFish on GranColombia. We got Matthias Corvinus on Skycry. Of course, I mean, he's Hungarian. He must play Hungary. Noob634 is gonna be on Vietnam, and then Cynth on Egypt. Looks like we do have a lot of city-states across the map, and they are sprinkled in with the players. They didn't get pushed to the north and to the south. But I do want to see this. What is Burrize's spawn here with Russia? Okay, not bad.
Well, look, actually, he has sheep, yeah.
Yeah, he does have sheep. He does have 2 deer tunnels to work. I do see he's gonna generate some amenities from those diamonds to the southeast. And does have 2 tiki huts over here. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, that's actually a good land for also. Even if he wants to go Dance of the Aurora, he can definitely go for one here. It's gonna be a good one.
Maybe he'll go for Goddess of the Hunt. No?
Let's see.
2 deers.
2 tiers in the capital. We got another one here. 3 tiers. I don't know if it's worth for 4 tiers in total. Honestly, I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't pick it for 4 tiers. I would have preferred the Dance of the Aurora just for the extra faith that I'm gonna get. But yeah. Anyway, coming back on the west side here, let's take a look at how the map looks like. We got Halong Bay, and then we got Padna. That's gonna be Oath of Feanor over here on Chandragupta, the 4 movement menace. Of course, to his south he has an ally. That's gonna be Rome with StrokeeZ. Looks like today StrokeeZ is gonna Giant Causeway.
They didn't turn it off. I think
no.
It's a technical remap.
Oh man, let's see. Options. I mean. Did they let everything in?
I believe so. Yeah. That's it. It's pretty fun. It's solid Pangea, like solid, maybe 9, even maybe 9 out of 10.
I mean, oh man, that just feels bad about that. Those spawns over here. Definitely it would have been quite an interesting matchup.
He clicked preset, but he should manually turn off these additional wonders, isn't it? This
There's
three
a
wonders.
preset for the CWC, but it does depend on how to say, on when you click on it. I think if you do make the game and then click on it, it doesn't take them all out. If you make the game with the preset, that's how it works. It's like a bit of a bug there.
I believe presets just turn it off that additional wonders which mods brings, but
Yes.
it doesn't turn off additional wonders that was banned for this season. They haven't upgraded modification yet, so I believe you should mention it. So he should disable it manually. The giant causeway, and I don't remember all. I guess it's Matterhorn
and
Lucifer. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Feanor,
I think you can give them a hint, so it won't happen again. Maybe
hopefully.
they just about. Because it's preset do not turn off these wonders. Or does not turn off. Sorry, I'm messing.
It's all good. It's all good. Let me actually give a few links over here. And I do need to wait to see where they're gonna put their links.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Actually double check because people were saying that the links on the invite links are a bit... Wait, really? Oh, I see. Okay, let me fix that real quick.
And just check. Don't forget check wonders. I believe StrokeeZ is still not in game. Oh, you don't have ping?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
that's bad.
rejoining. There we go. I think I should see everybody, and there should be. There we go. Now this.
Yeah, it's searching.
It just needs to open up the lobby so we can. There we go.
So, see that Egypt with a Chinese faith, with a +6 from wonders and additional stats from wonders for city with wonders. It's a really interesting type of gameplay, monumentality. Egypt go for the first monumentality and make a lot of builders. Pretty interesting strategy. Or maybe we'll see just a lot of commercial hubs. The simple one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was distracted for a little while trying to fix some links, broken links on the website. It should be fine right now. Let's see, you're talking about the China something? I don't know what.
Yeah, I was talking about which plays monumentality with the Chinese religion. You know, the +6 from wonder and 222.
It kind of falls out of favor in the last I guess more than 3 months, 4 months. Nobody actually wanted to play it anymore. I guess they just don't believe in that early monumentality to be as strong as before. Especially with the Magnus meta that we're in right now.
Oh, I don't. Well, it depends. Magnus meta depends on your allies. If you can make a good trade routes from the beginning of the game, players usually skip Magnus. Well, you know that naval trade routes pretty strong,
Yeah.
and they want to save some governor titles, and they skip Magnus. Maybe they even didn't pick. Sorry, wait a second. Sometimes people just skip Magnus and go for Moksha, Pingala, and Lang.
I mean, to
Or
be fair,
something
you
like
should
that.
you should go Pingala, Moksha first anyway, so you can get the early culture and then go into Magnus second, because you're not gonna get enough trade routes or benefits from the trade routes with the Magnus second. But yeah, we'll see.
Well,
I'm actually curious what they're gonna choose here. If they do go Magnus internals, it's gonna hurt their gold so much, so much. So I'm curious what they're gonna choose.
Well, we have few inner seas on this Pangea, so maybe we'll see naval
many-
trade routes.
Yeah, that could be a thing. I do see. First, we got to talk about Zulu here in the southwest, Fkdn. He is gonna get the choice to actually move on that diamond tile. It doesn't look like he is gonna have a 2-2 to settle on, so might as well get the extra gold. I do see him benefiting from a lot of fresh water to the north and to the east, and he is gonna have Noob 634 to go against. And like you said, oh, actually, wait a second. He's next to GranColombia as well to the east side. Well, I mean, if anybody could take a 2 versus 1 and still be alive afterwards, I'm pretty sure a Zulu is that civilization. We're gonna need to see how Fish is gonna try to destabilize over here the Zulu nation.
I'm not sure. Is this archer rush push still valid for Colombia? Is it still popular?
I
Because
guess if he gets for a settle, I think it totally depends on the on the distance. Because if he settles on this river, yes, on the Dongnai River, I think it's viable. If he back settles, I don't think it's viable. That's a bit too far away. Maybe horses he can use, and he should have horses in time. So
well, yeah, it's really strong. It's really strong push from Fish. We can see a really strong push from Fish. He's go like 3, 4, 5 archers, depends on his terrain, and go horses afterwards. And while archers coming, horses they just catch up with the general, and out of a sudden you might have like 3 horses and 5 archers near your enemy borders by turn 30, 31, 32, and it's really it's almost unable to counter this. I believe that.
well, we're gonna need to see how Zulu is gonna be pressured over here. I do believe if you wanna destabilize Zulu, you need to do it quickly. Like if he gets his Ikandas going and he gets to that Impi, it's gonna be way too late. So let's see how they're gonna play this out. In the north, we do have Noob 634 with Vietnam, Thang Long, coming up with those cuts in 3 turns. He does have a silk tile to use and a 2-2 base, very nice. I do see another silk tile in his possible second city to the north over here, and I'm actually quite curious how he's gonna decide to put that triangle of tons over here for his extra culture. I do also notice another big thing happening. We got Skycry to the northeast, and then we got Rome to his east side. You said that Hungary is quite open, ripe for the taking when it's early game, and it looks like the city of Buda is very close to the city of Rome here. Oof, that might be an issue for Skycry.
Yeah, and I want to add that Rome is actually pretty strong horse rushing civilization, because you get additional culture, you got your policy cards earlier in the game, you can have government, and you can one turn chop some horses. So you should be. It's even scarier to be a horse rushed by Rome than by legionnaires because they are pretty slow and you have more time to prepare.
Yeah, for sure. And we're gonna need to see how many resources they're gonna actually gather from the beginning. This was one of the things that I've noticed in multiple games. Players not prioritizing improving their strategic resources when they need to for their allies, not only for themselves, but for their allies to get timing attack going. And then they realized when they do want to put that attack, oh, I cannot build any horses, bro. What am I gonna do now? No, it's quite unfortunate when that happens.
It's common issue when you have two naval thieves. They don't want to go for horses. They're just rushing harbor and they're able to improve their first horse like turn 26, 28, while you need those horses by turn 26, 24. So it's a big issue. But
sure.
for this map, I believe, as you can see, everybody goes for animal husbandry, so we should be okay with these horse resources.
I do notice we got another interesting matchup over here. We just talked about. I just mentioned that I would prefer definitely the 4 movement Varus over those Marianos. Well, that statement will be put to the test. We got Chandragupta with a pad now on a coastal settle, and to his northeast, in a corner of the map on a peninsula, there will be Cynthia all alone with Egypt.
Well, it's definitely remap for ZoC because you don't want to play Egypt.
Wait, if they see each other, that's a big thing.
It doesn't matter.
They might not see each other. Look at this. Egypt's scout is going to the southwest. And if they don't see each other, how would they know, right?
Well, the main reason they're gonna to remap because they can't make a trade routes with Egypt on such distance.
You think that's gonna be the reason?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So you want to have Egypt backline, so you get like safety trade routes, safe trade routes towards your allies, and so on and so forth. Okay, get that gold in your empire.
Oh, of course, gold and extra food. It's really strong actually to make early trade routes with Egypt.
Of course. Well, we're gonna need to see if the second map, or if they're gonna get a remap. Now we're turn 8, and by the looks of it, they just saw each other. Okay, now Cynth knows. Now actually, also Feanor knows what's going on over here. We're gonna need to see who's gonna choose to press that button and switch. I do have to take a look at Russia's spawn. We do have him already with Goddess of the Hunt as a pantheon. He does have 2 of those three deers to improve in the capital. Very nice. And of course you do see him already working at 252.
They didn't pause the game. They forgot.
Patience.
Well,
it's fine.
I believe Chandragupta smells blood and already going for his elephants.
No remap.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we got here also Noob634 finding out about Zulu to the northeast of Ulundi, and of course GranColombia is gonna be the one that's gonna try to do something over here, some aggression, something to the northeast. Let's see, we got also the meetup of Hungary and Rome, so they do know about their positioning on the map. It's gonna be one of those informed remaps, not because of oh my god they have like 2 more era score than us and we need to remap. Oh,
it's 18 seconds. Well, I'm sure that ZoC will remap. Well, if they not, it's a really fast game. Okay.
Look at this. No remap, bro. I mean, can you imagine?
Why?
Right now, the courage of Cynthia all alone in a corner against 4 movement Varus from Oath of Feanor.
It's too short for her capital. It's on the floodplains. It's -2. Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, let's come back and see what's going on the west side. I do want to check out their available strategics really quickly, and then we're gonna see what's up. We got Ulundi with iron in the capital. He does have a horse tile, but it's 3 tiles away. That's very far away, expensive, and I don't see him having an easy way of actually gathering it with his second settle. Maybe if he puts a city here to the southwest, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to do that. Taking a look at the Vietnam territory, we do have him working that silk iron tile to the east side, 3 tiles away, expensive, but his horses are going to be close, so definitely can plug those in, and of course help out TaskForceFish over here get some horses against his opponent. Now we do have Alpha just put out a settler right now in GranColombia. He does have a horse to the southeast, very close to him, and an iron tile to the west side, 3 tiles away. That's gonna be, well, I mean, expensive, and we do see him making a decision, a big decision in his game right now. He is gonna forward settle Zulu, not gonna back out from this fight. This is gonna be quite an interesting matchup between these two players. Of course, on Russia's side, we do have him with horses right next to the capital. I do see an iron tile also 3 tiles away, and of course Burrize's settler is going somewhere to the northeast. Not sure exactly where, but I'm guessing next to that lake over there. We got Hungary with a few scouts next to him. The Roman warrior is also getting too close for comfort, from what I can see. There are 3 units from Rome that could definitely try to engage the Hungarian capital. Of course, the only thing that they need to do is buy out a warrior, and I do think they have enough. Yeah, they do have enough gold. 39, 39, 14, 15. That's more than enough gold to buy out a warrior if they need to. I'm a bit concerned they didn't go for a warrior now, and Skycry is delaying his settler to get a slinger out. That is, oh my god, that's gonna hit his tempo so badly. Anyway, we got an iron tile in the second ring, horse tile in the second ring in his capital. That's fine. And of course he's gonna try to acquire both of those, improve both of those, so he can match up his units, generate his units. We got Rome with horse tile to the southwest. I do see him with the iron tile to the southeast as well, very close to the capital, and that's going to be fine. He's also being blocked here by a scout, but I don't think that should be that big of an issue, especially since they didn't declare war yet. The Hungarian scout can definitely be pushed out of that border quite easily. And we do have, again, a big decision in the game. StrokeeZ is going to forward settle Hungary, and will probably try to push Hungary. I see a slinger. Well, I guess it's fine. 2 slinger is fine. Next up, we do have India, back settling on the city of Mumbai to the west side. He did put some gold into a sheep tile, and by the looks of it, he's gonna need to get another settler here for the north. Probably didn't wanna take pot shots at the scout yet. He does have a horse tile to the north of Patna, and I do see iron tile to the southeast of Mumbai. Another one on the south over here on Pamukkale, and this would have been actually a very good second settle. I guess he really wanted that 2-3 base over here. Not sure what that is underneath the capital. Was that a deer tile or something? Because it doesn't show me what's underneath there. Anyway. Last but not least, we got Egypt over here with a settler going to the south, trying to get a tiki hut or getting a settle. One of those two. It looks like Skycry also did manage to pop a relic from a hut. The 2 strategic resources. Whoa,
Hey, middle student in the house, guys.
Whoa,
it's middle student.
Wow, that's a citrus settle over here. Well, I guess she will have a lot of food. She needs to take care of her belly, though. That's too much citrus is kind of bad. We do have iron tile to the north of Rakedet. We do have also a horse tile 3 tiles away. That is going to be an issue and expensive to actually gather in the empire. Okay, so we got, I think, 2 early matchups, and then we're gonna have the late part. 3. I think we got 3 big wars that need to be observed, right? We got GranColombia with Zulu. We have Rome with Hungary, which again, Hungary is not even moving his settler. He's at the moment, okay, now he's starting to move his settler, being blocked by a warrior. Not sure how many turns he's gonna get there, but we'll see.
It's tricky moves.
Yeah, and boom, he just got outplayed over here. And the warrior just moved on the coffee tile and blocked that settle. That's well, that's a bit unfortunate.
You never escort your settler with a slinger. It has
slinger,
only, I guess, 5 defense.
Yes. Well, I guess you do get the ideal terrain sometimes and so on, but it's like only +3, and especially the warrior comes up with a +20. In some cases, you do get a little bit more, so you gotta be careful. Yeah, I do agree. Slingers are just not the unit you want to escort your settlers with. A bit dangerous. He's playing with fire over here, Skycry. We do have Hungary already getting his second city of Antium on the west side, and it does look like he's getting that builder out so he can start improving. So you think this is gonna be a horse rush coming up from Hungary, from Rome here against Hungary, right?
It might be. We need to check his techs. If he's going for archer, it's horse rush. No, he's going for
bronze
different tech.
Whoa, yeah. He's going bronze working actually. Okay, so he is not actually rushing this as hard as we thought he will rush this, especially since he's definitely keeping Hungary from not only settling but getting all of those stats and his civics and his tanks. Like, he's so far behind right now.
Well, I believe Hungary will be fine. He's trying to reach that geothermal spot with a good Pearl of Dunaib, I guess. It's a Hungarian special ability.
Yeah.
So he can nick districts, bonus districts in his capital, and I believe 3 in his second city, but I don't think we'll see any districts except encampment here. Oh, no.
Well, that died.
He sacrificed his...
Yeah. There's another one coming. I mean, he's gonna try to force Stroke over here to choose if he's gonna let him to plant on the coffee or the geothermal. I guess it's fine. Whoa, initiation rights being picked up over here as a pantheon by Hungary. We got him generating some of those early warriors. 2 extra warriors just popped in the capital, and of course he's gonna generate faith from each of his units built. This is gonna be important if he's gonna go for his monumentality golden age in the first one. But I mean, let's see if he's gonna get a golden age here. Oh, he did. Okay, there we go. 20 out of 19. It's fine. It's fine. We got this.
Sometimes Hungary is with that, but not in this game.
Yeah. Taking a look at the east side over here, we need to see Cynth and her opening moves. Looks like she is gonna try to get a settle on that floodable terrain territory, I think, right next to the horses. Still didn't acquire those horses far away from her cities, and from what I can see, Oath of Feanor is not gonna put a city right in her face. He's gonna wait a little bit, you know, take his time, maybe get an encampment down, maybe, you know, do a lot of Varus, chop them out before he's gonna go against Egypt over here. We do have him on archery 3 turns right now.
I believe he'll go for Granada. He will destroy the city and then push for Egypt. And Egypt is going to settle next to Granada. That is pretty weird for me.
So you think he's gonna try to stop Egypt from settling anywhere else, like, and try to cut her off from other land? Okay, that could work.
Well, it looks like maybe he's not, but it's well, that's what I will do. So.
Yeah, and you see this statement made by Chandragupta.
Oh, God of Forge. Okay.
Yes. He's not playing, man. He's not playing.
Why did Egypt moved his scout? He could fortify and prevent this unit from settling. Why he did this?
Probably.
Now he'll have a perfect position, like 2 base and a fox, really strong.
Yep.
How much is 4 turns for monument? It's really strong.
We shall see how that will come out. We do have a trader coming out from Mumbai. I see a builder coming out from Panna, so he gets to use those charges so he can improve the horses, and of course his iron next to Mumbai. Yeah, taking a look at Russia, he started to put down his Lavras, and of course, since he did go for Goddess of the Hunt, he doesn't have that extra adjacency towards the Lavras here for his face generation. He's the only one in this game right now for that managed to get great profit points, 3 great profit points a turn. We're still 10-11 turns until the next turn, and that should be more than enough time to just passively get that bonus. And wait a whoa. I mean at this point this is scarier than ever over here, with Estergon being put in the face of the Roman city, not behind a river. It is on a hill, but again, not behind a river. You can see how easy it is to actually attack that city from the east side over here. So many tiles can actually shoot at that city. That's
It's some sort of lemmings Hungary. I don't know why he's doing this.
I mean,
I had perfect
I don't know
city
what lemmings
on.
means, and I don't want it.
Lemming, it's
Maybe don't explain.
It's a red. It's a red. I don't know how it's called. It's sort of red, I guess. And they are migrating and just run toward anything, and eventually they die.
You mean okay? Sure. I don't know what that is, but let's not be disrespectful to the players, please. Coming back to this.
Sorry. No, it's a animal. I don't know how it's called.
Oh my god, more disrespect.
It's lemmings. It's the lemmings. Maybe they sound differently in English, but
I don't know what those are. But anyway, let's come back to this. We got Ikandas being put out from Ulundi. Babanago coming up with another Ikanda. I do see he's gonna move a settler to the north over here. Definitely, I guess, running away from TaskForceFish and Vietnam. He's gonna try to get that to a safe distance. And we do already see Alpha did get his God of Open Sky over here with 3 tiles improved. He's gonna get the extra culture per turn from those tiles. He does have a settler also going to the southeast over here, but he is gonna manage to get another horse from that city, which is gonna be nice. And that extra culture, extra resource gathered per turn.
Vietnam has really beautiful volcano.
Yep. Coming back on Vietnam, we do have him with tons being placed in a triangle over here, and taking a look at what's going on. He's getting a lot of builders out, trying to improve most of his tiles over here soon enough. He already has city Patreon goddess as a pantheon, so I believe you do get the 2 bonuses, right? First it's the half cost ton, and then you get it for district as well, because the tons don't count as a district.
Yes.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, really strong pantheon. I was surprised when I first time seen it, but when the guys told me that it worked exactly like you said, and I was like, it shouldn't work like that. It's too strong.
I know, right? It shouldn't, but yeah, it does. It happens. He's also gonna open up with Moksha over here, and he's gonna try to get that extra culture sprinkled on top of all of the culture that he gets from the tons.
I believe he just wants to boost feudalism really badly.
Yeah. Oh, we got the third city of Rome coming out and going to the south over here. We got also some archers starting to get out of the city of Antium, and he is trying to defend his settler over here and his trader. I'm actually quite curious where is he on the tech side. He is going for horseback riding in 6 turns. Did he actually move away from bronze?
I'm not sure.
Oh my god, did he go for bronze and then move away from bronze? Okay, I guess he at first maybe he didn't want to go on the offensive, and then he thought, might as well, let's go, boys. Yeah, we got God of Craftsman as a pantheon for Rome. He's getting that extra production, extra faith from his horse styles and his improved strategics, I guess. And I do see Skycry did manage to get the third city as well, even gonna put it faster than Rome will place another city here. This is quite nice from Skycry to make a comeback in this game. He's also 2 turns away from getting horseback riding. He got horse style improved.
Well, Can you show his civics? He has only two. Yeah, it's early empire. You never go early empire in horse rush. You should go straight top after
You mean a
you
military?
manage to get your yeah. You get foreign trade, and then you go military tradition. Otherwise, you will be late with your policy card. As you can see, he's almost got horseback riding, and he's not nearly close to his maneuver policy card. So it's a mistake, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see if it's gonna be actually a mistake or not. We do have Hungary over here, one turn away from horseback riding. He is gonna be boosted to military tradition by TaskForceFish. I do want to point that out. You see, Fish is going as fast as possible to because he definitely wants that for him. For himself, and early empire coming up in 2 from Skycry will allow him to get either Moksha or Magnus or something that might help him in this war.
Yeah, he's really late on all his tracks because of this early game push from Rome. He has to build an additional. He has no any monuments. I believe maybe one. It's his first monument by turn 25. It's really late.
Yep.
Rome did well. Rome managed to stop him. Really strong play from by Rome.
We're gonna need to see how he's gonna follow up. I do see
no.
Cynth putting, oh my god, going the whole 9 yards over here on the city of Memphis. Oh my, and now we got Mariano Cheretarches coming out from Rakiadet trying to get the positioning. And I think, you know, she probably thought exactly like you thought. Oh my god, if Chandragupta is gonna block me, if he's gonna get like Granada and I'm gonna be stuck here forever on this peninsula, I'm just gonna get killed by those 4 movement Varu. So I might as well try to stop this somehow, right? You know, get a foot in the door over there, so to say. And of course, you do see she's doing her best to actually try to stop this. I'm not so certain it's gonna work in her favor, though. What do you think?
I don't know why did she placed this city over here. It's really well. It's safe because you can shoot in it, but how can she defend it? How can she defend it? It's so far from her home. She has to buy a trader here and make a road, so reinforcements can be there. It's actually closer to VCG. To Patna, it's closer to Patna than to Egyptian Rakidit. Yep. I don't know. It's really dangerous, and I'm really surprised. I have no words for this. It's really a strong gameplay, I guess.
Well, I do see a trader coming out from Swenet. Definitely can move that, teleport that to Memphis and then connect the capital with the city of Memphis. I see also Magnus establishing in that city. Maybe they can fund her a builder that she can chop units with. I don't know. I mean, it might be a strategy here. But I think that's going to be too big of an investment for the return that you're gonna get. And of course, being so close to India over here, it kind of feels, it's like playing with fire.
Yeah, it looks like old school chariots plus swordsman's push, but it's not working really well, I guess, because chariots can't handle anymore because of how it's called, support bonus. Because of support bonus change, all regent units aren't so strong. Earlier you can make like tons of chariots, few swordsmen, and it was unable to defend from this push. But now if you have like few horses, and definitely Chandra will get few horses and few elephants, he will be one shot, maybe two shot this chariots, and it's not really effective. So with the elephant, I believe you can two shot this chariot with your bowman and hitting it with a elephant. and it's definitely a kill.
I also see we got Feanor over here going a bit crazy with his archers. We got 2-4 already on the field with another 3 coming out of his cities. I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to get the Varus next. Looking at the tech side over here, he is 2 turns away from getting horseback riding. Very close to that awesome unit. And of course, in the meantime, Cynth is trying to get her Mariano Chariot archers to defend her city of Memphis. She did manage to put that trader as expected in the city of Memphis. She's probably gonna connect it. We need to see Racketed or Swanet, which is the one gonna be here. And of course, on the other side, I did also notice we do have horses coming out from GranColombia. We got him with more of these improvements also. Let's take a look at the Eels tab over here. 6 science with 11 cultures, still on 3 cities. Magnus going in Bravo. So Magnus first over here with quite a few chops available for him if he wants to keep on chopping to attack Zulu. Do you think this is going to be a priority from now on? He just needs the next era, right? He just needs to get enough horses before the next era to move all of those units towards Zulu's front line.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that his second city was like not close to Zulu. Charlie goes back. Well, he got additional horse. It's cool. So I believe maybe he won't push that hard because it's really far from Zulu. Maybe he'll try to get city state, that yellow city state with his horses, and try to outseen him. Well, I don't know. He has no general, and Zulu will definitely take one. So it's quite hard for him to push.
I mean, he's gonna get a free general in 4 turns.
No, oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I told about the free general earlier and completely forgot about it by now.
No problem. That's why I meant he just needs to wait for the next turn. He's gonna get his armies going. But anyway, we do see Zulu coming up over here, getting a few pre-builds of his own, starting to get some barracks in to get some more production towards his units. I do see in the army tab, there's quite a few horses generated by Fish, by Skycry, by Noob634. Cynth is not making any. She's like on 0 horses, 0 iron, and mostly this is because of the distance between her capital and those strategic resources. That's a lot of investment over there to get those tiles.
You can see a scout north of this tile. He's waiting, patiently waiting.
Yeah, he's gonna see. This one. He probably discovered this tile already. Yes, let me actually switch the view. There we go. So he knows immediately when that mine is gonna appear over here. You just go and slam. You take it down.
I believe that scout will be. No. The Egyptian scout will stay on that iron for. The game ends.
It's gonna block it. It's gonna block it. Oh, this is big brain. This is better.
Even better, yeah.
Nice one.
He'll probably die from this Mariana chariot.
Yeah. Well, we do have Feanor over here with quite a few archers. You look at that double line of archers between Chennai and Patna. We got Varus coming out of his cities, horses coming out of his cities. He has quite a few chops over here. Not sure if he wants to go so crazy as in chopping them right now. We got 2 more turns until the next era, and maybe he wants to keep some era score for the next... Oh, wait, he died. Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, never mind. He got away.
Where is second Mariana? There was 2 Mariana in her third city, and now it's only 1.
I don't know. Maybe it went back? Because
I believe it's dead.
You think it's dead? So close?
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe not, but it looks like. she was trying to kill archers.
Look at these archers, man.
Too much archer.
Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 7 archers. Oh my god.
Actually, Mariana is not that great. They are cost efficiency not that great. There are like 45 productions for Mariano.
Yeah.
So it's not really cool. It's horse cost 40 productions, you know. Horse 40 production, Mariano 45. Yeah.
Well, we got 4th settler coming out from Rome, and I do see him putting down an encampment. He definitely wants to get general over here against Hungary before he's gonna go on the offensive, which might be a bit too late, but we're gonna need to see. I think they do have to put strategic they cannot get the strategic resources on all of them, right? They need to focus somewhere, but honestly, WCG is much better prepared when it comes to their strategic resources. I see horses and iron on quite a few of these players being generated, and we got, for example, on zone of control, 0 iron improved. None of them are generating any iron at this point.
Well, Cynth is trying to get iron.
Yeah, she is. I mean, she's the only one getting it. Look at that iron tile. Next turn, she's gonna start accumulating some. Might be a thing over here.
It's so much archers here. I don't think Memphis will hold. Maybe with maybe with chops.
I mean, that's 4 turns away to get a builder.
Keep in mind, it's still 6. It's 6 and city defense. So
yeah, I mean, horse Varu coming out, 6 archers, 7 archers. That's just not 8 archers actually. Oh my god. I don't know.
Yeah, and he'll get.
I don't know about that.
I believe he's able to conquer Memphis, and then he'll try to get Granada. So it will be like 5 cities versus 2, which means you're dead for sure.
Yep.
Well, I don't know why ZoC didn't remap it. They thought they saw this Varu push. Why would you pick this India and not pushing with Varu? It's only thing he does.
Well, he does have a Varu here, but he's gonna get horses at the same time and moving them against Egypt over here as soon as possible. Still doesn't have a general for his units, but I guess it's fine, especially since Egypt is not gonna get one.
Maybe he's trying to get it with the policy card.
Let's see. Zulu 5 points per turn. We got Russia 1 point. Nope. He's not gonna get it with a policy card. And we do have, of course, the next era activated. Commandant General Gregor McGregor activated for Simon Bolivar for TaskForceFish. Task is already putting some horses in the front line against Fkdn. But look at that, Fkdn ready over there with a few pre-builds, getting his source one up right on time, even hard building them to not spend the gold of his team. They don't actually have a lot of gold, as we've said from the beginning, right? Their main weakness will be the gold here. I do see a builder coming out from Bravo, and with Governor Magnus, he can put it to work to chop quite a few of these units out. We're gonna need to see if Fish over here will manage to be dealing the damage against Zulu, and he's gonna destabilize him until, of course, those Voichians start to appear from Vietnam. Let's keep on watching, because I think Memphis is probably going to be doomed over here. Taking a look at the damage points between the Marianos and, of course, those Varus, it doesn't look like they deal significant damage against them. And on return, you definitely see that the Varu is going to do a lot to those Mariano Chariot archers, especially when it gets near. It will get its -5 penalty, and that is going to be a problem. We do have already the city of Memphis. Encircled, and
you should keep in mind that that -5 is working for it's actually it's -5, and it works for archers, so your archers are shooting stronger than the elephants near enemy units, because it's not only for elephants, it's for all units you have. This is a really strong debuff. It's actually a stronger army composition with a single Varu and a lot of archers and few horses. It's really decent, because horses are, I believe they are moving like +6. Yeah, they have 6 movement, those horses.
They're 5 without the
general. No general. Sorry. 6 with general, so it's, oh my god, It's like a helicopter, you know.
Exactly. And of course, taking a look at their bonuses here, let's quickly take a read of what they picked in the Golden Age. We got TaskForceFish in a pen, brush, and voice Golden Age. We got Skycry Monumentality Golden Age, still benefiting from that extra faith that he's getting from building units. Noob634 pen, brush, and voice Golden Age. Cynth pen, brush, and voice Golden Age, but she's about to lose her city over here of Memphis. Doesn't look like she has any chance of keeping that anyway. We got Burrize on a Monumentality Golden Age. She's generating 20 faith per turn. Not a really strong Monumentality, but I guess he can grow stronger with more Lavras coming out. And he did manage to get a religion and Temple of Artemis in the city of St. Petersburg. His religion is Feed the World with the Defender of the Faith. And of course he does have Goddess of the Hunt as a pantheon. I do notice also Feanor with Chandragupta, pen, brush, and voice Golden Age, and he's already on a 9 science with 18 culture, taking down a city with 400 military at turn 33. This should have been like a big alarm sign in their face. 400 military on India here. Fkdn 13 science, 22 culture, pen, brush, and voice Golden Age did push back successfully the GranColombian attack, and it doesn't look like the fish is gonna go that way right now. Maybe he's, by the looks of this Commandant General, he's repositioning towards the southeast, going against Russia here. He's not gonna get anything done over there. It looks like definitely Russia is defending or trying to put units to defend himself. We got last but not least, StrokeeZ with a pen, brush, and voice, 14 science, 16 culture on 4 cities Rome. He's gonna get his encampment training project done and will of course get general here soon enough. 3 general points per turn.
With the Monumentality, Hungary, maybe we'll see some holy sites from Hungary. There is a strategy when you play holy sites Hungary, but maybe it's too late. I believe it's because of his pantheon, but maybe we'll see a few holy sites. But with this Esther Gom, it's really weird placement. I'm not sure why they doing that. Zero unique, zero bonus for districts in his second city. Very weird.
Yep.
It looks like they are losing on purpose. I don't know. Maybe they playing on some totalizator and they make they're just making money with this by losing on purpose. Because ZoC is pretty strong team. I don't know what is wrong with them on this season.
That's a good question. Well, one of the things they probably had the real life stuff to get to, and I do believe, of course, they have a child to raise and so on and so forth. And they did also lose Tordred from the previous season to this season. So Tordred, a very, very good player and experienced one. That was quite a big loss on them.
But why he isn't playing?
I don't know. I have no idea. We should ask him. Yeah, I mean, I know he was kind of stretched thin with his time because he was working at the same time as playing and so on, and his working hours were taking him, taking a toll on him. So I guess that was how he switched his priorities. Coming back to the game here, we do see Cynth is going to be on 2 cities, going to try to get as many Mariano Chariot archers to defend against this as possible. Repositioning Magnus in the city of Swenet, and I do see also we're gonna have also Feanor push further with his archers and of course the Varus over here. 5 cities on Vietnam. Noob634 is gonna get more of those stunts, and it does look like at the moment the same can be said about Zulu. He's gonna try to get more settlers, but he's a bit late on them. I guess the GranColombian attack did stop a little bit his development. which is going to be interesting to see what Noob is going to try to do with that advantage that trying to get. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's trying to get Colosseum here. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's the way to go.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Let's see what's going to happen. Extremely aggressive civilizations being picked here in their rosters. Taking a look at Rome, he lost the tempo to go against Hungary, and now it does look like Hungary did manage to get the defense going. It's going to be very hard to push in the next 30 to 40 turns, I believe, unless Rome does get a definite advantage in the science department.
They are going full all in. Warlord's Throne for Rome.
Yeah.
Maybe. He's opened it with a Pingala. So
Yes.
additional science. Maybe it's like legionnaires plus crossbowmen and few catapultas push. It looks like it.
Oh, Chuck in the chat over here is also saying that they lost him also, and indeed Chuck was Chuck from with the little K, not the big K, and the one from CWC is indeed not on the roster anymore. That was also a very good player on their side. You know what? We didn't. Chuck.
There is 2 Chucks?
Yes, there are 2 Chucks. Yes.
Oh, there are 2 Chucks, sorry. Yeah.
Yes. We got a Chuck with a big K and a Chuck with a little K. The Chuck with the big K is coming up from CWC, and he's in... That's a good question, actually. Sphinx, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got Chuck with a little K, which honestly, I don't know exactly on what tip he is right now. Chuck, are you actually playing on a team right now, or did you stop playing for a little while?
Let's go. You try to check city states. Maybe we can continue with that.
Yeah, let's go. Now we got Hattusa with Fez, Taruga, and Mitra coming up for the science city states. We got Antananarivo coming up for the culture, one single city state to rule them all. We got Engazargamu with Granada and Volen with the military, and Auckland with Brussels coming up for the industry. There are 2 city states for the commercial bonuses, Hansa and Bandar Brunei, and I guess we're gonna need to see exactly who's gonna take care of those. But honestly, I didn't see a single commercial being put down. Let me see. Do we have any on Vietnam? No.
No.
Oh, wait, we do. Look, he actually has 1 commercial over here.
You might actually want to check Fkdn because it's still 18 city defense and the horse will attack it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening over here, but indeed, not getting a classical unit does feel a bit dangerous over here, especially with Chandragupta coming against you and so many horses and Varus and so on. It's quite a problem. What I do see is even so, we do have quite a few units from India dying, but there are so many of them. Just the wave of Indian units cannot be stopped. It's like wave after wave after wave.
Yeah. It looks like you just can't make positive exchange while you're playing Mariano versus basic archers. You always trade your units with the negative results for you. It's Egypt. I don't know why it is, because Mariano looks like pretty strong unit, but in practice, it's always loss for Egypt. I believe you should better go maybe horses and archers instead of this type of units. But you can check it. He always trades single Mariano for a single archer, but Mariano is 0.5 expensive. I don't know how to say it correctly, but it's you shouldn't trade 1 Mariano for 1 archer, but you always do this.
Yep, I do agree. It is quite a
paradox.
problem. Well, we're gonna need to see. My main worry, honestly, here is more that the city state is the city's strength is 18 instead of 26, and she doesn't have classical units out. But I guess strategics were not on her side this time. Looking at how far they were, it was quite a bit of a problem to get that going. Why is she attacking archers though? Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's just panic. Maybe she's trying to kill some units to
As many as
reduce
possible, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a swordsman coming out next turn from Swenet, so she did try to chop it over here. Not gonna get it this turn. I guess you know, it's better late than never. And there will be a time in which, of course, the next line of units, the Varus coming out from India, will need to get to Rakedet. We're gonna need to see if she does manage to stop the first attack over here. I do also notice we got this Skycry getting Granada. This would be massive if he manages to get like the city of Memphis. This would be massive. I don't really believe in his chances, but still, it would be amazing. Let's see what's going on here. Fish is gonna forward settle Zulu, and of course giving Zulu more time over here will allow him to get more stats and at the same time get closer and closer to his awesome impies. I do see Fish is trying to get a few more campuses, and he did get his government plants on with a Warlord's Throne already built into it, so that's gonna be
Warlord's Throne? Oh.
Sorry?
It's British. What, he's going for Warlord's Throne? Sure?
Yeah, he already got it. Got it. Yeah, as he's getting his campuses here. Look at the +1 and +2s. And I do see he's fighting on the east side with Burrize, trying to keep him as much as possible in war maneuver, but I don't think it's that possible with Russia, especially with its face generation of 44. He can just buy more builders, buy more settlers, and keep settling behind all of this war.
Yeah, one does not simply to walk into Moscow.
We do have 3 turns for an arena from Trakiu for Noob 634 for Vietnam, and I do see he's preparing with Magnus over here. I'm a bit worried about his lack of builders. He already has feudalism builders, and he definitely needs to get them on choppable tiles, but I would have thought he would get at least 1 or 2 more. I guess he feels safe that he's not gonna need to he's not gonna be challenged going into Colosseum. Okay,
Michael Rakedet is dead.
Oh man, I mean, you know, what can I do? I think he can get it. She can get it back. I don't think so.
No.
That swordsman just doesn't deal enough damage against the city.
She maybe can kill that elephant, but additional elephants are coming, so I believe it's GG. Well, maybe they try to play like 3 versus 4 without any money.
Yeah.
But it's eventually, even if they can survive, it's actually a diplomatic victory. Like turn 90, maybe.
Oof. We're gonna need to see how that will develop over there. I'm thinking. I was trying to think if they could manage to maybe keep on going, of course, with Vietnam in the game free simming over here with GranColombia trying to do the 2 versus 1, and Hungary keeping in check Rome. I guess the only stopper over here would be if Rome does manage to push Hungary in the next period. Hungary going for audience chamber. We do have him getting more settlers out in the same time, and he did manage to get his an Alcazar here from what is it? Granada, yeah, Alcazar. Some extra little bit of culture. But looking at the yields over here, Noob 64 is definitely ahead with the culture department. Not really much in the science. 22 science, 64 culture, and he's generating 14 gold a turn. While of course also Fish is getting bigger, getting stronger here. More campuses, more libraries, more cities. He's gonna be on 2, 4, 6 cities, 7 cities actually. I see one coming out from Charlie, and it's not like anybody's gonna challenge him for a while here. You do see that Zulu, for example, will remain on 5 cities from what I can see. He's trying to get another one to the west, and that's about it. Do you believe India could go for the sim, for the late game sim over here?
Yeah, why not? he got like 4. He have 3 free cities and the Granada for sure. So it's 4 free cities.
Well,
Maybe
I'm not sure if they're free cities because he invested a lot of army into this. He has the most army in the game. Well, he had the most army in the game.
yeah, but
That's a big investment.
his settlers are pretty cheap. So this is counted as a settler. So he actually placed like 2 cities, and his next settler will be about 90 production, maybe less, maybe 70. I don't remember, sorry. But it's really cheap. So if he try to sim, well, maybe by turn 80 we'll see a mega India. But yeah, he spent a lot production for this push, a lot.
I do see Skycry did lose that early swordsman that he upgraded from Granada. Can't really get another one since Granada didn't build anymore, and his archers are gonna die here. Maybe with the first move he's gonna take one of the Varus or one of the horses out. He can't take both out, so we're gonna need to see. And in the meantime, it does look like, of course, Diplo victory is gonna be like a clock on their win over here. Playing 4 versus 3 against an opponent is going to be quite a problem for the Diplo victory.
Yeah, and about Hungary, he actually can't levy any units in 15 turns if he already levied units, in the same city states. So even if that Granada had additional units, he actually can't levy them because he already got few. He already have few.
Yeah. We do have Colosseum placed from Tracheo. Wait, did he actually chop anything here? Because I see that forest is gone, but did he actually chop it in Colosseum? I guess not. It doesn't look like.
Maybe he chopped for Arena? That's
maybe. I don't know, but that was like so close. I don't know, whatever. He's gonna try to take down Mitla in the meantime, and I do see that Mitla.
Oh yes, Spearman! Spearman!
No. Oh my God, the Mitla just throwing some salt on the injury over here. Oh no, we do have, of course, the best counter for these horses, the Spearman coming out of that city state, and taking a look at what's going on. We do have. Russia also staying next to that city. Maybe he can snipe it down, tear it down. You never know. We're gonna need to see what he's gonna do with it. Taking a look at the city states, we do have Fez being held by Burrize. I think that's Russia, right? Yeah, that is Russia. We do have Skycry holding Granada, and I see StrokeeZ on Volin. StrokeeZ is what was it? Russia? Rome. He was Rome. Okay. And now he started pushing. And of course, he does have a few legions to go with his army. He can definitely use the legion ability to chop more legions. And I do see in Antium, we got Magnus establishing over there. Now that they don't need as many resources for the war to go against Egypt, I think this is done, right? He has more than enough units to actually take the remaining city. We do need to see how much they will invest into Rome over here. He's on 7 gold a 10, 17 science, 22 culture, and he's gonna require all of those strategic resources so he can go against Hungary and keep on going against Hungary. Get wave after wave after wave.
What about his tech level? Where is he? Is he going for catapults? Oh, it's already
machinery. Yeah, machinery, civil service 6.
Yeah, and do they have enough gold? Don't they have enough gold?
No. I mean, gold is an issue. I mean, can you imagine Russia making the most gold out of the team? That is how bad it is.
It's bad as Russia. Yeah. Oh, wait, can I say that? It's not a yours? Sorry, I like. Sorry.
Taking a look at the stroke, he did try to save one of his horses, but I think he lost another one to that swordsman, and I do see him able to actually punish the horse that just moved. Of course, if you do move with your units, lose your 45 bonus, and it does look like, of course, you can use those moves to punish these units. Does have a general with his army, and does have multiple builders to use over here. I'm still surprised he didn't use the chops of his legions. These are free chops, free charges to get into your whatever
Maybe-
you want production.
Maybe he want to set some forts.
Yeah, I mean, could be. We're gonna need to see if that's gonna be a thing. A fort's right in the face of Estergom. No respect over here for Skycry. That's what you mean?
I believe you can't set fort on the
On the opponent's territory?
on the wood tiles.
No.
he-
It needs to be flat. Yeah, it needs to be without a feature, I believe.
Yeah,
But I mean, well, he can
but
try
it's
to
really
do it.
bloody business they're having there. It's really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like they're going to be like 2020 entire game and 1 or maybe 2k of military units.
Of archers, just archers. You know, 2k of
Of
archers. Yes.
True.
I mean, looking at this, yes, he's gonna get mercenaries. He's gonna get to that civil service, a military alliance. But he's like, what, 28 gold in the bank, and he's like making 7. It's gonna take forever to actually upgrade all of these. You know, into
Maybe-
crossbows.
Oh, it's not fish. Oh, sorry, Cynthia's dead. Disconnected.
Yeah. Well,
I saw what you're
GG.
trying to type.
yeah, I stopped. I abstained myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should to be careful.
Yes, I know. Nick is asking me if I can ask why no remap. That's a good question. That is a good question, and we're gonna need to figure that out in the debrief over here. Why they didn't remap? This felt 100%, like you said. This felt like a remap for exactly because of the matchup between Egypt and Chandragupta. Maybe it is because Vietnam had a free sim, so they're gonna
Yeah.
put all of their eggs on Vietnam over here, and of course TaskForceFish next to him. Skycry over here is gonna take the brunt of Rome. But then honestly, we do have Russia with a lot of potential. We got Chandragupta, the late game Chandragupta tank artillery armies. Oh my god, that's just insanely strong. And you can see he's already starting to get a few. I guess that's Granada, right? He's going for the Granada with the catapults, training them from an early stage.
He's trying to make some gold for his team.
Yeah, switching his district production to economy here. Very good, by the way. Very good move. This is exactly how he should transition right now to help Rome upgrade his units. Sell also Zulu, upkeep and upgrade his units, because I mean he's gonna need so much gold for those all of those units in the next era.
Another warlord throne. Oh my
Yeah.
god. These
Everybody-
guys are insane.
I mean, this is Pangea, right? This is one of those Pangeas. This is how it works. Look at that.
You
We
know?
got like a quarter of the map to the northwest that is not going to be settled by anybody. You know?
It's wasteland. Well, you know, Vietnam actually might push Russia. You know, it will be a really surprising push for Russia. They got Mitla, and maybe they'll settle somewhere south of Mitla, and will try to push Russia together with Colombia. Because you actually really can't push with your impi, and they don't have gold to up some knights for Zulu. So maybe it's a good decision to push Russia. Because how can, well, of course you can try to push Zulu, but it's really hard because of impi. But Russia
For sure.
is really soft in these timings.
Yeah, I don't really believe they could actually push Fkdn over here, and I'm pretty sure Fkdn won't manage to get an insane amount of stats, while Russia, on the other hand, has a lot of potential. a lot of potential. He's starting to get his economy going though, and this yes, I mean it's good that he's getting his economy, but that will slow down his development when it comes to his science and everything else. He doesn't have, I think, a single campus put on the map. That economy is a problem now. That economy is a big problem now.
Does he have any campuses?
No, not a single one. I don't see. So commercials, I see lavras, I see theater squares, I see more commercials, and I guess he could go for a +3 over here, a +2 over here, but again, I mean, you know, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take quite a while to get there. Next population, he does have one, I guess, next district in St. Petersburg available, because he went 10 pop just now, so might as well try it.
It's pretty good city. 10 pop turns 46.
Oh no, if it wasn't enough that they already have so much Diplo favor, Burrize just flipped Mitla back, liberated it, and that's another 100 favor on their side.
He just lost his general. Well, he had general, but it was teleported back to his cities.
Yeah. It's in St. Petersburg now. Do they have enough strength to take these cities, to take these horses on? It doesn't look like it. Honestly, it doesn't look like there are enough units over here to take on the Russian horses. GranColombia did sacrifice quite a bit his army count to go for the sim, and he did quite well. Right now he's on 31 science, 37 culture, and we do have him with 11 gold per turn, 65 production. I do see him putting more campuses down, a lot of cities. He's on 2, 4, 6, 7 cities, and he did well. I guess he was forced to put one non-fresh water. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Taking a look.
Well,
sorry.
Fish did pretty great in this game, as usual. As you say, a lot of cities and a lot of pressure around the map. He pushed Zulu and he pushed Russia earlier. So he's like playmaker of the game. Unfortunately, Mitla was lost. Yeah, that's I guess it's first mistake, but it's not even the fish fault. He was trying to stop that.
We got a GG from Fish. Oh my god, their last chance to come back into this. I do need to take a look at what's going on over here in the point screen. My god. Okay, let me actually put it up on the screen so we get to see exactly where we are at the moment. So Barkian coming up first, Sivjo coming up second over there, 5 and 4 wins for them. Sphinx on a tie on the second place with 4 wins. WCG just got their 4th win, so they are tied for the second place over here with Zone of Control tied 0-4, 0-4, 0-4, well I guess 0-5 right now, with 78 Strumfs, and it does look like Quit Imperial did manage to get a win today against the 78 Strumfs. Oh man, I mean, this is quite a problem. It does look like WCG coming up on the 4th over here with a win did manage to secure their place in the next brackets, in the playoffs.
Oh, congrats WCG, solid gameplay. They are really
yeah, very aggressive but effective. Very aggressive but effective.
True. Yeah, I believe for some reason they hoped that they able to deny how it's called, oh my god, the diplomatic victory.
Yep.
With the first Congress, delay it like till turn 120, but after that Mitla secure, the WCG got additional 100 diplomatic favor, and maybe this is the reason of GG. I believe ZoC is a team which able to show us a decent game, even 3 versus 4, but they're quite unlucky for some reasons. And of course they have real life, they have a lot of
changes
stuff
in the rosters. I mean, that was quite a problem there. I do want to go into the debrief. If you want to join me in the debriefing channel, let's go. Good evening, guys, and GG.
Good evening, Mac. Thank you.
How did you feel when you saw Egypt over there is next to you, Oath?
Well, at first I thought there wasn't an Egypt, and then there was.
Yeah, we actually
And
got close.
it settled in my face and made a road for me.
Yeah, that was quite something to see over there. We couldn't believe our eyes that actually happened over there.
I thought she would settle on like the 2-2 min distance to her cap that's half fresh, or settle on the cattle. But then she went and settled Memphis. Honestly, I think if she settled just back settled instead of trying to plant in my face, would have done her a lot better.
There's no place to good settles. All Egypt settles really shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised they just didn't remap because they knew where we are, right? Like they knew where all of us are. They knew where I am. Question. They knew where. Yeah, so it's kind of odd, but I guess they valued their Vietnam position. I guess he had a good spawn or something.
I think the Egypt settles were fine.
Yeah, I mean she got the most she could out of it, I guess.
It's not every day you get a 2-3 base for your cap and your first expand.
Oh yeah.
What was your second expand on as a 2-3? I didn't see what's underneath there.
There was a storm that came through and gave my cap and my expand 2-3 base.
Oh,
yeah.
That was it. I thought it was a resource and I couldn't find it. And I was like, what?
No,
Jesus.
It was a funny desert storm that came through.
Nice. You did go all in war over here. Was there a reason for it? It's just because of Pangea, or that's just how you like to play the game?
Yeah, you pick Pangea, you go war.
Okay. That's okay. 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
We were also wondering why they didn't remap this. Maybe there could have been a possibility for them to come back with a noob over there in Vietnam. Were you at least a little bit worried about him?
No.
Oh, okay. Can you?
Zulu. I mean, Zulu is just never going to die in that position, no matter what happens. There's just nothing. There's nothing they can do.
Hello, good game. Well played.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. GG.
Hello.
GG, man.
GG.
No, Michael, like, you know, it's like tank arty, you know, timing when Zulu is gonna die here, not before. It's just one of those.
I don't even know if like artillery tank is it gonna push Zulu ever there?
I mean, with balloons only.
Yeah, balloons. They go for Russia.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good. I have 50 production in cap. I'm in a very good position. I have stats and defender. And even if you kill me, my cap there is 2 tile chokes. You're not going any further away.
But I kill you later. Cope.
Without meal alliance. Cope.
I mean,
Yeah.
But Oath got practice against Egypt, so it wasn't a fair game.
Dude, you know, I'm leaning towards the God of the Forge. Seems pretty good now.
I think it's hard to judge when you've got 2-3 bases everywhere.
So about that.
Yeah.
What's the shenanigans going on here?
There was
guys?
a northwesterly storm that came through and gifted me a 1-4 to settle on, and it made my 2-2 base a 2-3.
Wow. What turn?
It was like third 5.
What the hell?
No.
Come
Even
on.
earlier. You didn't even got second pop.
Yeah, it was quite early.
Wait, Michael, can you go over to Chandragupta's spawn? The full thing. We only
There we
saw like a bit of the land. Okay, so what the hell?
Yeah, Haboob, dude. Haboob spawn.
Big Haboob.
Haboob blessed. It's actually unreal.
I mean, it's actually garbage, no? Without that.
I mean,
Yeah, it's garbage without it, yeah.
I mean, even the third city has 2-3, right? Working, so it's like your 2-3 base.
My settles were all decent. I mean, Mumbai was kind of bad, but I only did it for the 2-3 base. And I bought a 2-2 and a 1-3. So, I mean, it's actually a good city no matter what, but the volcano made it a lot better.
Yeah, and Granada doesn't want to create units. I think if
it made a lot.
Granada make lots of units,
It did.
can help in this
did, though.
position.
It made like 5 archers and like 3 warriors.
Oh, really? You kill all?
Yeah, it made a lot of
I
units.
missed it.
I mean, by the time I choose it, it had 2 archers and 1 warrior.
Yeah, I was killing them,
I
but
don't know.
it did make
Just
them.
looked like you were first moving the shit out of Cynth.
It's not so much. I think Mitla make 5 archers, 3 warriors or something like this, and Granada nothing, just nothing.
I think the God of the Forge buff coupled with the production I had on my cities, because I was 2-turning Varus.
Wow.
Wait, that's
Yeah.
crazy. What?
That's crazy.
Yes.
So
What?
how it would work was I could my cap was pretty much 2-turn, but usually it would just be 2-turn, a 3-turn, a 2-turn.
Yeah, if
it
you
would-
kill
it
the
would
same
alternate.
unit. Yeah.
Yeah, it would
Kill the same
alternate.
unit.
Yeah, it was more or less 2-turning them, and I could 1-turn horses every now.
Jesus.
I
I mean, my
you
cap
got
is
like what, 8?
pretty good.
You got like what, 8 archers before the attack started? 8
Yeah, I was
archers?
2-turning those in all my cities.
Oh my god, man.
I
Why
think
didn't you go
it's,
for a general, by the way? At least like with the card or something, because it wasn't
not
like
worth it.
anybody was rushing it.
I mean, they were all gone on like turn 30.
I could have denied, but we decided like not to. I don't know. To be honest, Hungary should not have gone a general. I just kind of forgot to put a project there.
Yeah.
I just got cocky, you know, with the barracks and everything. I was just like, look at me, man. And then he got a general.
Was there an issue with the strategic resources? 'Cause
No, for us, no.
Not really.
Not for us really either. We had plenty of when we needed it, you know.
I
Yeah,
saw
we
Egypt
have
didn't have
distribution.
any, though. That was a bit of an issue over there. She couldn't get out classical units before her capital died. That's why I'm
I don't
asking.
think that's
was there-
a lack of strategic.
That wasn't we had the strategics.
Okay.
I think well the
Yes.
iron was I think we had like 14 iron at that point. Yeah, it was low. It wasn't like a ton of it.
I saw actually all of you were making horses, but almost no iron. You got it improved quite late, 25 to 30 turn. I guess it was much easier to go for the horse.
I think we had awkward iron placements.
You did.
Mine was
you
third
did.
ring. I think Noob's was third ring too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Cynth had both of them, the horse and the
Yeah.
iron third ring.
Hmm.
That was problematic. I thought she's gonna go maybe with like towards the north to get those resources initially, but then she went to the south for the citrus. I guess she didn't know.
You don't see those turn 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't.
The citrus is fine though. That's a perfectly fine sell. I don't
Yeah.
think
I
that's
think
a problem.
I think Memphis needed to be, I guess,
Not
on
there.
the maze. On the maze.
Yeah,
like,
maybe more
non-fresh.
defensive.
Like 2 tiles where you're pointing, Michael. Like the maze, like non-fresh, just
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
banana.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
just
think the
fast.
maze is that great.
Like just somewhere that's like a bit closer. And keep it kind of tight early. I don't know. Memphis with the road back with enough of the Mariano that can hold, but I don't know. You had so many units right there, so
The road made it really easy.
Oh.
She shouldn't have done that.
Guys, I see a little the map before relobby, and there is a really cool place for Egypt on the first map. Sadly,
Oh, what was
No.
it? What was the wonders, by the way?
It was a giant causeway next to Zulu, I believe.
Okay.
Something like that. I was like, oh no.
Oh no. Well,
That
no.
shouldn't happen. Yeah. Why didn't you remap? That's a question that we didn't get to fish. You must have had a good reason for it.
our spawns were pretty decent. Like, I mean, until turn 8, we thought Cynth was on an island. Cynth was like confident she was on an island.
No,
Oh,
even with
okay.
that, like the Mariano defend early, no? Min distance player from Egypt is good. IMO.
Hmm. And then like I'm on a Lux Faith, a Faith Lux, so that's good. Noob has a 2/2 base with pretty deep, like a culture tile. That's good. We're close enough, like Skycry, Noob, and I, where we know like we're gonna have trade routes. And again, like Cynth is alone. That's still fine with the Marianu.
18 comp is exactly the same on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think this really was a remap. I don't think we messed up there. I think it's fine. I think maybe Haboob decided this game.
It made it a lot easier.
Maybe
Yeah.
the
Eventually.
Top hut.
Yeah,
Did
for
I
me,
get
man.
one?
Did you see, Noob, when you went back capital, it was 4 pop, man.
No, I didn't check.
2-1 base 4 pop. Augers.
I think Burrize had a pop hut too.
Yeah, I got pop hut like turn 3 and 4 turn the settler after builder. And I settled on the faith, so I had turn 6 pantheon. Got this
That's
on the
strong.
count.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had a forest fire too. I
I
mean, I
mean,
guess
the-
on one
to be
tile,
honest,
right?
This forest fire kinda ruined my early game. It killed 2 pop, killed tiles.
Poor you, dude. Poor you.
I wish I went towards you first instead of straight to Dan, like, because I almost went for you and I was like, nah, and then the forest fire kicked in. And so maybe if I committed the horses towards you and the trade route from Bravo to Cap instead of, or sorry, from Charlie to Cap instead of Bravo,
Yeah.
get that bridge over there, go send those 2 horses over straight to Russia, maybe. I was like bouncing back and forth in my head, like which one's the best to hit first. And I think it was St. Petersburg.
Probably. I was sitting there. I had like horses, had chops. I just was waiting, was watching. Are you coming to me or not? And
But
I
it could have
didn't
sent you back. Fire and the horses there, maybe it sets you back enough where it hurts you more than it hurts Dan.
Yeah, and definitely. I mean, you could have ruined my game earlier, but
I mean, it hurt me a little bit, but I gave you full respect, like a full hard
Oh,
tech,
yeah,
not hard
totally.
tech, but I teched bronze and iron working, so I have classical and shit. So
yeah,
Yeah.
we also were pretty lucky. Like we had double, like I had double iron as well, fertility, so I could improve it really fast. And I think Strokes had iron as well, so we were not lacking like strategics.
Part
It
of
was
the
really hard.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like I was counting on, you know, we were struggling on iron, so I assumed you guys would at least be slower to it.
Yeah.
And then you had to choose between Stroke or you, and so it kind of, when you both had like plenty, it just kind of fizzled out, you know. Like then
I
it
was
just
lucky
becomes
on strategics. I got Holy Sight on my iron, and I improved horses with my first builder.
Wait, is Kazan on an iron, or is that the volcano?
No, it's volcano.
Oh, okay. What the volcano?
What the hell, dude?
Yeah, this is what we're competing against in this season. Every
It was
game, I
like-
think.
no,
but,
it
like,
It exploded like 5 turns ago.
like I don't know. It's not been our season. Like this turn against Barking Gang, Feros's like Maya gameplay on Pangea. He was at this turn. I think he was like 120 science and 80 culture.
Yeah, we saw that game. That was insane.
Frickin' like
Like,
why
fuck.
all of our opponents are like jam packed full of awesome spawns. I guess I don't know. This is not our
Yeah.
season. But
I
yeah,
liked
it's a
your
tough-
second pick, Hungary, though, dude. I mean, first with Hungary, I would have never even considered like picking or banning it. Like never. I was very how do I call it? Not like flabbergasted, but like in a good way, you know. Oh my god, these guys are ballsy, you know. Picked Hungary. It's pretty great. I guess it's a good save, just kind of forgotten on Pangea.
It was
guess.
fun. It was a fun game. Like we went in the draft and this started this game like we're gonna pick stuff we want to play like for fun. Like we're gonna enjoy it, max enjoyment. So I mean, I went Colombia, of course, because I love this civ. And then yeah, Skycry really wanted to play Hungary, and Noob was gonna play Egypt going
I
into
wanted
it.
to play Egypt. Fuck me. But then there's
Yeah.
Vietnam Open.
Yep, Vietnam Open is like okay, switch to that, and that I mean, great civ, like lots of fun.
Do you think most of Egypt's early strength with the chariots comes from God of the Forge?
I feel like the chariot has just busted itself.
I mean, yeah, it's busted, but God of the Forge letting you 2-turn them or 3-turning them instead of like a 3 or 4-turn.
I think obviously, yeah, she would have totally taken God of the Forge if she had Pantheon.
Because, I mean, even for me, it made a massive difference.
Don't know, it looked like she sent them in one by one a lot of the times. And then you just killed it.
Yeah, no, what
Yeah.
she did was she kept them on the road that she made,
Yeah.
and then fan them out the kill one unit. So she'd only get like 1 or 2 shots off, then I would just slap it and kill it.
Yeah, because those things have insane defense as well. If you put them on 2-2 base, they take a couple hits. They take like 2 swordsmen hit, probably 2 Varu hits.
Yeah, I think if she just backsettled and just set up a line of chariots, she would have been fine.
I think another great thing though with Forge there for you is that it's like with the extra production, it's just so much better. So much better.
I mean, 2-turn Varu is insane. Like no matter how you put it.
That exactly. Like that's normally like 4 turns. That's twice that normally. And so just having that extra base production, that's the thing. It's just crazy. So yeah, the positioning of her chariots are bad, but also just the sheer numbers that she has to deal with is like crazy.
I think it was more of the archers that I had early from it.
Which I mean, you get those so fast because like
I feel like with old God of the Forge, you know, it's just 5%, but I feel like that 5% made the difference. Because normally you're 3-turning, sometimes 2-turning. But even Chennai, which mind you was working a 2-3 and a 2-2, that said he was 2-turning them as well. But I don't know.
Hey guys, GG's. Bye bye. I'll see you
Bye
later.
guys. Thanks for the game.
Well played.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Well,
GG.
good evening.
Bye.
Well, Kacheka, thank you very much for co-casting with me. And what can I say? This was a shorter game than we were expecting.
Yeah, I was hoping for at least Renaissance era, maybe farther, but unfortunately it's only 47 turns. Thanks you for running me. It was
no problem.
Well, you set my day actually. Thanks
Really?
a lot, Mike.
Great, no problem, man. Well, I'm glad to do that. You're always, you're always welcome on my stream.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
It's much pleasure, man. Thank you for also doing the great work you're doing in the communities. Keep doing it. We need as many people as we can get.
Yeah, it is true.
Well, have a good evening, sir. And I'm gonna close it right here. I don't want to see what's going on with the other game. Maybe, I don't know if you're interested in later on Zangi Dangxia with BTS. They're like in 3 hours.
Well, okay. I just drank a lot of coffee, so maybe I will be available. Aren't they have any caster?
They don't. As far as I know.
So, well.
I mean, I don't know. Let me see.
If you need a second caster, of course you can call me. I think I'm able to cast it because I don't really want to go to bed right now.
Okay. Yeah. Same here. What can I say? Okay.
So,
let's talk a little bit later and see what they also say. Okay.
Of course. Well, thanks a lot, Michael. Once again.
Pleasure, man. Have a good evening.
Good evening.
Bye
bye.
Well, we heard that, boys. By the way, I'm not sure exactly. I couldn't keep up with the stream chat. Of course, when we're going a little bit later, it's quite a quite a bit of a chatter over here. I'm sorry I had to time out user earlier. I'm sorry about that. Just to explain a little bit, I do not think it's appropriate for somebody to say we need to get rid of something or get that, especially if we're talking about players in the game. That's something like it's their business, and I hope you do understand why I did make that choice. Everything else, I mean, of course, if you're not actually starting to curse at each other and so on and so forth, of course you're more than free to say your opinions and so on and so forth. Thank you very much, guys, for understanding. I do hope you did enjoy the game today between Zone of Control and WCG. And taking a look at what's going on over here. Thank you very much, Ryotun, for giving me that. Ox Daniel, I am gonna try to take a look at what's going on. The BTS game is saying it is 2330 GMT, and that's as far as I know. Well, it says over here it's between 2300 and 2400 GMT, but as far as I know, it should be 2330. My time right here that you see in the top right of the screen is in Romanian time. That's GMT plus 3. So it's 3 hours from now that game should be. I'm gonna try to talk with Wex, try to get a hold of one of the players from BTS and Zangi Danksi, and maybe we can actually see them play tonight. Of course, I would really love to see the Brazilians play, since we didn't get to see them yesterday, we didn't get to see them in the previous weeks. In the meantime, if you do want to check out my Discord, I am trying as much as possible to put as many games as I can over here, and of course try to show you the schedule, keep you up to date with all of the information that's coming up in the upcoming games, even if there is some late minute announcements. So maybe a game will be delayed like an hour, or maybe we'll play it faster, or we'll not play it at all, and so on and so forth. All of that information you can find it over here in the channels that I have for Discord. In the meantime, I'm still working on the emotes. I am working on some nice and juicy other stuff for you, some shorts, some short videos, I mean. And at the same time, I did try today to talk with somebody, but it's gonna be a surprise. So I'm gonna keep it a little bit over here in my chest, and hopefully you guys will like it when it's gonna come out. With much pleasure, guys. Thank you very much, also, ma'am. Salty can be better. Fire Tiger Page, you guys, you are awesome, and thank you very much for stopping by. And of course, I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Articuzi, I'm really sorry. Gold did not get picked. I'm really sorry. Hopefully, it's gonna be picked next time. Much appreciated also Big C and Nitro for the support, and I do hope we're gonna see each other in the next stream. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be awake in the next hours. Of course, I'm gonna make that announcement on Discord, and then we're gonna get to talk about it on the stream chat. Hey! Thank you very much, and let's see each other in the next games. A little bit of information, because this video is gonna go on YouTube. I do hope you guys, if you're coming up from YouTube, you enjoyed this game as much as to throw it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I totally get it, but throw it a thumbs down, so at least I know that I need to improve my speech, I need to improve my information, the stream quality, and so on and so forth. Thank you for the feedback. In the meantime, I do hope you're also gonna get subscribed to the channel, so you get to know when another video is gonna come out. And of course, we're gonna see each other. Maybe we're gonna see each other live on twitch.tv/OnSpotTV. Hopefully, we're gonna see some amazing games in the next period. We do have a big announcement on the CPL server. Civ Premier League is gonna start up in a month from now, and we're starting to get the registrations going. So maybe we're gonna have some surprises. I do hope we're gonna get some for the next tournaments. And in the meantime, be awesome. Bye.